You keep driving through these beautiful roads, surrounded by mountains, lakes, and untouched nature, and suddenly you find a place like this. No hotel, no reservation, just a beautiful wild camping spot in the middle of nowhere. And honestly, in Norway, you can find so many incredible places like this along the journey. We parked the car, opened up our rooftop tent, and within a few minutes, this became our home for the night. Just us, the mountains, the water, and complete silence. This is exactly why I fell in love with wild camping in Norway. Once we found the perfect spot, it was time to set up camp. First, opening the rooftop tent, then unloading everything we needed from the car. Chairs, cooking gear, sleeping bags, basically everything for our little home in the wild. It takes a bit of work, but honestly, when this is your backyard for the night, every minute of setting up is worth it. And just like that, our camp was almost ready. With the rooftop tent ready, the next job was getting everything else out of the car. When you're wild camping, your trunk basically carries your entire little home. Chairs, tables, cooking equipment, food, lights, and everything we needed for the night. Slowly, this empty piece of wilderness started turning into our own campsite. And now came probably the most challenging part of our setup, the tent box living pod. We brought this along because when you're wild camping, especially in Norway, the weather can change very quickly. And of course, just when we started setting it up, the rain decided to join us. Setting up the living pod normally takes a little bit of time, but doing it in the rain is a completely different experience. Everything is wet, the ground is slippery, and you're trying to figure out which pole goes where, while also trying to keep everything as dry as possible. But this is also the fun part of wild camping. Instead of getting frustrated, we were laughing, helping each other, and just enjoying the whole experience. Slowly, piece by piece, it started taking shape. Once it's connected to the rooftop tent, it gives us this extra sheltered space underneath, somewhere we can sit, keep our camping gear, cook, relax, and stay protected from the rain. And standing there, surrounded by mountains and completely wild Norwegian nature, even the bad weather somehow felt beautiful. You realize that wild camping isn't always about perfect sunsets and clear skies. Sometimes it's rain, cold hands, wet clothes, and struggling to put up your shelter. But somehow, those are the moments that make the best memories. While the food was getting ready, we continued setting up the campsite. We brought out the table and chairs, organized everything under the living pod. Now it was time to get inside, get warm, make some food, and enjoy the place we would call home for the night. With our camp finally taking shape, it was time for the most important part, food. We set up our little outdoor kitchen right in the middle of the Norwegian wilderness. Tonight's menu was simple, fresh fish, cooked right here at the campsite. After driving all day, setting up the tent, and fighting with the rain, this was exactly what we needed. There's something special about preparing your own food outdoors, surrounded by mountains and nature. Nothing fancy, just good food, good friends, and one incredible place to call home for the night. And finally, the camp was ready. Now it was time for the most important part, food. After driving for hours, searching for the perfect camping spot, unloading everything and setting up our camp in the rain, sitting down together felt amazing. Nothing fancy, just good food, good friends, and probably one of the best dining views you could ever ask for. When you're camping like this, even a simple meal tastes completely different. You're sitting in the middle of Norwegian wilderness, surrounded by mountains and water, listening to the rain, and enjoying a warm meal together. There was only one thing missing from our perfect camping night, a campfire. The rain had made everything a little more challenging, but we still wanted to end the day sitting outside, enjoying the Norwegian wilderness. So right in front of our tent, we started preparing the fire. And slowly, as the flames came to life, and after a long night around the campfire, this is what we woke up to. I opened the rooftop tent, looked outside, and for a few seconds, I honestly didn't want to say anything.
After enjoying that incredible morning view, it was time for the part nobody really shows you about wild camping: packing everything back up. And honestly, setting up camp is one thing, but packing it all again can be even more challenging. The rooftop tent, the living pod, tables, chairs, cooking equipment, sleeping gear, everything that came out of the car now had to somehow fit back inside. And after camping in the rain, some of the equipment was still wet, which definitely didn't make things any easier. So we started slowly, folding everything, organizing our gear, cleaning the area, and making sure we didn't leave anything behind. That's also something really important when camping in places like this. You enjoy the wilderness, but when you leave, it should look exactly the way you found it. After a bit of work, our little home in the mountains slowly disappeared. The living pod came down, everything went back into the trunk, the rooftop tent was closed, and finally,